So we had a shot that involved us running 150 yards, and it was a one shot. They had a drone following us in a chase scene.
That's pretty cool.
And as that drone is coming down, they had to time it perfectly of people coming out to push the automatic door opener to come out of the Union Station. A man had to come with a helmet under the drone. They had to land the drone as this guy catches it.
So that's why he has the helmet on?
He has the helmet on. Has to run inside, okay, follow the suspects going inside. And in the one shot, I'm the first person that they see, and then followed by Jay following me.
You also know that the drone's helmet was a learned mistake. Like the first guy did it without the helmet, just
a piece of ear just flying around below.
We got to find a helmet and a new stunt man. Hello and welcome to the Secretly Trash Podcast, our first episode ever. I'm Monty Gear.
I'm Sam Mamagani.
Today our guest is Niko Pepaj from MTV's Awkward, and he's on S.W.A.T right now.
Today's episode, we talk about immigration, we talk about his show S.W.A.T, and we also talk about dogs swallowing things they shouldn't be swallowing.
So tune in. Everyone's rolling. Hide this a little more. So this works.
Should I hide my ring? Or do you have a lot of female viewers?
We have both of our parents are
Yeah, it'll be both of our moms.
Yeah,
so you could say it's 100% female.
Well, I heard they like married men, so I'm going to keep it on.
They do. Alrighty.
Am I showing enough thighs?
Nah, if you show more.
If you could pull just the tip of your
Secretly
Should shave my legs.
In all of our episodes, we have just a tiny bit of showing from one of the
old Easter egg.
As we only have male guests. Strict rule here at Secretly Trashed.
Oh, we have secret surprises.
Yeah.
Well, that's the episode, guys.
Tune in next week.
What is this guy over here? The double-headed phoenix?
That's the Albanian flag.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Show the camera your
no
Albanian
way.
flag.
That's my tramp stamp.
Yeah.
That just shows you that labels me.
This is how you know he's easy.
That's literally labeling.
We see a BMW, you know, the emblem, that's how you know it's a Beamer. You're like, oh, cool, I want to get in that car.
Yeah.
And then you see a Porsche, you're like, oh, I'd like to get in that car. But when you see this,
you're like, ooh,
you don't want to get near
I want to get in a
Nico.
Niko.
You want to get on it.
I want to get in that guy.
You don't want to get near the Albanians. No, I'm just
Have you ever played an Albanian on TV besides stuff I wrote for you? Because you're always like Hispanic or whatever other mice you say.
I have auditioned for 2 Albanian roles. One was for an FBI detective that's an Albanian undercover, and another one was an actual Albanian immigrant that came here and was able to get a scholarship to school, which is very similar to my story.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't get any of them.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing this podcast right now.
One of them was
Hey,
a
you
white
got
man.
cast as the Albanian on a podcast.
One of them was I remember, going to high school. My high school from sophomore to senior year was 14 miles away from my house.
In San Diego?
In San Diego.
Yeah.
I transferred to a better school,
really
better
far.
basketball program, better overall education. And every day, my dad, after like 6 months of going there, every day on the way to school, my dad was telling me to drop out and to get a job. And I was an illegal immigrant at the time, and my parents hid a lot of information away from me. And when I was 14 years old, I'll never forget, I went and I went to the school district, whatever, to get a permit so you can work at a certain age or whatever that. And they signed me off, and I went to the community center. I applied for a job. I'll never forget when they asked me for my birth certificate or proof of residency. My heart was so broken. So ever since then, I would always take jobs on the weekend with my basketball coach, training kids and coaching kids, and he'd pay me $300 cash. And we'd do Saturdays and Sundays.
It's better than the job you could have gotten.
Better than you were
doing
doing now, man.
You
You're getting paid more then than now.
A lot more. You should see the residual.
By the way, if you want basketball lessons, Nico's available from Saturdays, 8 a.m. to...
that motivation is just that, that brutal kind of tough love that it either brings you down or it builds you up. And in our community, we don't have time to kind of feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he was able to inspire you.
I think that's
by his brutality.
Also, sometimes you got to bring a little to the table to get love.
You do.
You know?
You gotta earn
Yeah.
it. You gotta earn it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like respect should obviously be given to everybody, but like you gotta earn that. You know,
Yeah.
real respect. You know what I mean?
think-
So
you're on SWAT right now. What's that like? We'll look for shooting for that show.
it has been amazing. I don't know if it's because it's been 3 years since I've been on set because of COVID, or it's an amazing show. No, it truly is an amazing show. I mean, I get to jump out of helicopters. I get to just work with AR-15s, handguns. You know, learn how to properly like just clear out a room.
Because you have a guy who was in
Yeah,
SWAT.
Odie Gallup. Yeah, Odie Gallup is a ex San Diego SWAT member. He's incredible. Like I think like 20 or 30 years he's in the force. But he does also the Night Shift right now, which is another Sean Ryan show on Netflix. It's a hit show. But we're so blessed to have him on set, and I've learned so much with him. After my first episode, I'll never forget. Like we had to he like taught me how to like slice the pie and like do all these corners. I go home and I have my AR-15. I'm just like clearing out my house. Obviously, you know, like no clipper.
Down on the ground! Down on the ground!
I got like, I got my multi-boo like looking at me like trying to lick the barrel and stuff. But all I'm thinking of is, man, if there's some neighbors that are nosy just looking in my windows and see this crazy Albanian guy with the AR-15.
You break into their apartment, clear their apartment. You're like, down! Get down!
And Odie was so proud of it. The next day, all of a sudden, I was just like, hey, Odie, dude, you wouldn't believe it, man. I was like, my gun was really heavy, though. It was just like, you know, it was a nice workout. But I was going for hours. He was just like, nice. I love that. You know what I mean? Just totally chill because, you know, we are in Los Angeles, and it's, you know, guns are a very touchy subject. That's why me and Monty, we shoot a lot of skits with a lot of bullets and guns.
Yeah.
We love
to be
controversy.
edgy here. And,
You know.
Yeah.
Right?
You know.
We also get blocked from a lot of websites.
yeah. But, you know, that's what makes it fun.
Do you feel grateful when you're like learning that you don't actually have to do it?
Dude,
Or like, how do you feel? Like,
Or
do
do
you
you
think
like, I
about
wish
like
I was
them?
really doing
Because
this.
like you got to go into like that kind of mind,
I'm
that
sick,
clear
man.
mindset.
I'm sick.
Yeah.
So like, I really like, you know, look, like I love to, there's different type of actors, right? Like you get like the method and this or technical and all that, right? I'm just raw. I'm just raw. Like I'm so me. And how I work, I love diving in. Like I want to know so much about that field. Like I get captivated in that force. Like I never would want to be a police officer or a SWAT officer because of just like the time away from the family and just the stories that I hear from Odie. I mean, like, you know, this guy talks nonchalant about taking lives, and I've seen a lot of lives taken away from me, and you know what I mean? It's just a different kind of trauma. You know what I mean? When you're doing it for as a job, like he was talking about one day, you know, for 6 hours he was locked in on a hostage situation. This guy in the front, and he said never look away when you're talking. He's like, as much as the director would want to tell you in the show, like, hey Niko, like, you know, say your lines as you're like, he's like, never do that. The time you look away is the time that usually
Something
it's gonna
happens,
happen.
yeah.
I forgot there's a term for that. I forgot what the term is. But
Time.
but yeah, he was talking about this hostage negotiator was, you know, he wanted to like move to a different angle, and just as Odie kind of like, you know, turns his head away, the guy came out and his friend got to have the kill, and he was just like, he took that kill away from me. I don't want to be in the force.
That's what traumatizes him.
Like,
Not the killing, not the duty.
It's like, how many kills have I lost?
God.
So
Bad day at the office, honey. I didn't kill a guy. Someone else killed a guy.
but I will tell you, it's definitely intimidating because when we shot when we did a patrol day episode where we were dressed in blue, it was the first uniform that we were like in police uniforms, like with the camera and everything.
Just to be clear, this is when he was in elementary school working for his basketball coach. He was also working in a SWAT team.
It was very big
SWAT
back
team.
then.
He had to clear the basketball court.
You
Yeah.
know, but yeah, well, people were looking at me crazy, man. You know what I mean? And everybody was asking me for directions, like where do I go, whatever. I didn't know, but I was bullying people. I was telling them they couldn't stop on a no loading zone. Mm-hmm. So I love that authority. I was like,
being
no,
like
go over there.
You
And
mean
they
just while you were filming, people were
because
walking
you
by
know,
thinking you were a police
we had a shot that
A meter maid's authority.
it was just okay. It's interesting. So we had a shot that involved us running 150 yards, and it was a one shot. They had a drone following us in a chase scene.
That's pretty cool.
And as that drone is coming down, they had to time it perfectly of people coming out to push the automatic door opener to come out of the Union Station. A man had to come with a helmet under the drone. They had to land the drone as this guy catches it.
So that's why he has the helmet on?
He has a
Yeah.
helmet on. Has to run inside, okay, follow the suspects going inside, and in the one shot, I'm the first person that they see, and then followed by Jay following me. And we pursue this chase scene. Man, I pulled a hammy. I pulled my groin. A stunt double pulled his hammy. It was just like I had 4 stunt doubles. Like we were knocking them out.
Dying.
We were knocking them out. It was unbelievable. But
You know
And
the
then
help.
sneeze at your take and shit like that. They're like, back to
It
one.
was to the point where they literally had to use a double for me walking. I was like, I can walk against the wall. They're like, no, rest.
Yeah.
But they definitely really took care of me. You know, it's just great. I just love doing everything myself.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard when they're like, no, you know, we have a guy for you. This is what we pay him for. And I was just like, just pay me more.
You also
like an
know
adventure
that the drone's helmet was a learned mistake. Like the first guy did it without the helmet, just
A piece of ear just flying around.
Like, we gotta find a helmet.
First guy dies, the SWAT guy's like, it could have been me. I could have.
We gotta find a helmet and a new stunt man.
Yeah. The funny thing is, you know, when you get into production like that, if something like that happens, it's like, you know, the poor guy's looking for his ear, and you know, producers are looking for the blade, trying to fix the drone.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, the prop guy. Yeah.
Get it, somebody else get it.
Those have got to be stressful. I feel like that's its own show, is filming the filming of it. You know what I mean? Like
That would actually, that's, you know, there's amazing action sequences, like, you know, the budget's definitely up there.
Was each episode budget?
You can't quote me on it, but
We
I
will.
it's like 10,
I
we
would,
will
12
quote you.
billion.
No, I would assume maybe like, you know, 5 million, a little north or south.
Oh,
of
cool.
$5
Just like our
million.
podcast episode.
Yeah.
The exact same budget.
Me and Monty each get 2.5 million.
You have a bunch of zeros, but they're
and
before
we've
the
spent
5.
zero money on everything
they're
else.
before the 5. They're just backwards. But if you put a mirror, yeah. But no, it's nice work, and you know, I'm just blessed to be able to do something that fulfills my soul. You know?
Yeah, my soul's been dead since Awkward.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, that's,
Oh yeah, you guys. So
I'm trying to feed your soul, buddy.
so I didn't watch this show. When was the show airing? Because I think I was already not watching MTV by the time that show was out.
yeah,
It was
MTV
during
definitely
Teen
had
Wolf.
its-
Yeah.
So you were living in New York.
No, I was here.
You'd already moved here.
So the story of
He actually took that role from me.
I did. So
I auditioned for that same role.
So Evan, who played Theo, booked it first, and then we went to the callback to get Cole, my role, and that's the first day we met was at the callback. There's like 6 people, 2 of us were us. And I'm at the callback. Evan and I did a movie together. We did like some horror film, Raised by Wolves.
Oh, you guys did that before?
Yeah, so Evan and I knew each other. So when I walk in, I'm like,
people that
yo,
don't have a
you're
chance.
here. And we're like, yo. And that's how we booked it, was the chemistry. And
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to crush this. And then we go up and we bomb the audition. Evan already had the role. Evan's shaking. He's terrified. I'm like, you know. And then the Chris, who's the showrunner, is like, why don't you guys, like Chris and Mike, he was like, they're the showrunners. He's like, why don't you guys switch roles? And I was like, yeah. And Evan's like, okay. He's like, And he's just terrified and shaking. I was like, dude, you have this role already. Why are you stressed? And then we leave.
I've already been paid, you idiot.
And then at that
Meanwhile,
time,
I'm prepared, killing it.
at that time when I booked Awkward, I was with my ex at a time who was on a Disney show, and she was living with like the other Disney stars, and I gave up my apartment for like I had enough money to either keep paying rent or go to Thailand, and I decided obviously go to Thailand.
Yeah.
So I went to Thailand, and then for 3 months I had no apartment. I was living out of my car, only for like 2 days, and then she
Wow.
was like, "Why don't you just like live here with me, and we won't tell our roommate?" So for 3 months, I was sneaking into this Disney star's home, secretly living there for 3 months. And he's a great friend of mine.
He for sure knew.
No, he did it for
can't
2
hide for
months.
3 months,
No,
bro.
literally.
Come on,
And
man.
so he didn't
Oh,
know.
you're here again.
But
in the middle
he
of
wouldn't
it.
see me, so like my ex would like go to work, and I'd be like, I'm gonna take a shower because no one was home. I'm showering, and all of a sudden I hear her roommate come home, and I turn off the shower and I just stand in the shower for like 2 hours as like her roommate and his girlfriend at the time were like talking to my ex is a she.
He came, dude.
she
He
lived in the
came
heat.
home,
Okay.
heard the shower on, heard the shower turn off, and
He
then he was
said
just like
this,
hanging
he
out.
said this.
Dude, he's going to his girlfriend. He's like, it's like a burglar
I used to sneak because she had a window.
I mean, come on. Would you really feel threatened if Monty came crawling through your window?
Also, if someone, if my roommate's significant other,
I'd feed him
like
bread.
a burger.
yeah, little baby, just like a little Albanian.
So when I booked Awkward, I was secretly living in this apartment because I didn't have my own one, and then
secretly crashed.
secretly
Crashed, dude. Secretly crashed, Monty.
And then
You were bred for this.
And then I did the audition. We bombed it. Evan and I bombed it, and I was so sad. I was crying because I was like.
By the way, for the viewers, anytime you bomb an audition, your chances of booking it are in the 90s.
That's true. Usually we're like, oh, I did
Anytime
terrible.
you feel good,
Yeah.
don't tell your agent, don't tell your
Yeah.
manager, don't tell anybody anything.
That's why I never feel good about my audition.
I purposely bombed.
I do it on purpose.
Just so, you know.
And that's why I got it so good.
got
Can I
it
sleep here
covered.
tonight?
Yeah. It's not my place.
No, that's great.
Actually, we gotta. He's coming back.
No, it's
Everyone be
funny
quiet.
because-
Everyone quiet!
I remember, man, I was going through a hard time during that time.
You were an illegal immigrant when they booked you, and
Yeah, I got my DACA. When I auditioned for that, I was still illegal at that time. And
Yeah.
then I ended up getting
They
my DACA. And then during my DACA time, because we filmed for over a certain amount of time, it expired, like mid-shooting. And they were like, yeah, no, we're backed up. And I was like, you can't just like tell me that I'm like, during
Yeah.
this time. This country's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So that does explain that awkward episode where they filmed in Albania. I was always wondering. I'm like, this feels incongruent with the rest of the.
Sergio's in Albania. But
Everyone's
it's
in
fine.
Adidas
Well,
tracksuits.
the funny part about that is that the showrunners, they told me, they're like, Niko, we loved you. We just didn't see you for that role that Monty ended up getting.
Yeah.
So they saw me for a Mexican kid.
Yeah.
you were
like,
you were the
like-
love interest. I was
And
the
you've been playing
goofy-
Hispanics ever since.
They kept writing me in for these different ethnicities and never once decided to choose Albanian. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun. I also got to work with them on Daytime Divas in
Not
in
with me. He
Atlanta.
pointed to me. I don't
It
know.
was Mike and Chris. Mike and Chris,
yeah.
the same show.
I haven't worked since.
How long were y'all shooting for?
I did 20 episodes. It was 2. So we joined season 4.
No, you did more than me, I thought. You did 20?
I don't know.
Because I did 24, and I came on halfway through 5, and you did that first half.
Yeah, so you halfay through 5 you joined? No,
We did 5 and 6. Did we do
4 and
5
5.
seasons? How many seasons?
There were 5 seasons.
Oh,
of
okay,
Awkward.
so 4 and 5.
So we
yeah.
joined 4 and 5.
Yeah.
They had a new showrunner come in, and
Got
then
it.
we were the new characters they wrote.
Yeah. But no, that saved my life, and that's back when residuals were great and streaming wasn't
Yeah.
what it was today.
It's, we would get you get your huge.
We'd get 12 episodes at a time, at minimum 2,500 to 3,500 an episode. I mean, me and Aaron Westbrook.
residuals?
Residual. I remember we had a group chat,
Yeah.
and they were like, check your mail, check your mail.
Yeah.
How does it feel to know that there's an OnlyFans girl just blowing both of you guys out of the water?
I don't know, man. I
make
feel
it
like these
100,000.
should be put to use. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
We got blur.
I don't know,
We
it's
got
gonna-
blur that out right now. Yeah, so we were getting thousands of dollars for residuals, and then when it went to Hulu, we got 2-cent checks. Like we got 14 cents, 2 cents.
How is that possible?
That's why the
How's
writers
that
are on
legal?
strike
I
right
don't know,
now.
but right
Yeah.
now, I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you something right now that I haven't even told Monty. I just got a residual check, my first one from S.W.A.T, the first episode that aired. The other one's in processing, and it doesn't say what it is.
Yeah.
All I can say is I hope it's not the network, but the first one was for $24.
For Netflix, you're saying, right?
No, not
For CBS?
My episode isn't on Netflix yet, so season 6 hasn't got Netflix
okay.
yet. That's gonna be this fall. So far, right now, from sales, electronic sell-throughs, what's going on? I've received $24, and I see one pending for $351, and I'm panicking. I'm
That
like
doesn't
hitting
make
up
sense
Lou,
with
and I'm
this
like, bro,
network.
there's
Yeah.
no way that $351 is gonna be like a whole like network check. He's like, no, this should be like around like 3,000,
Yeah.
3,500 minimum. But times have changed, and it's crazy because I never did this for the money. You know what I mean? Like I never got
did.
yeah.
That's why I did this. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but I never did this for the money. I did this because it fed my soul, and it. But
With
like,
money.
No, it fed my soul to escape. I was an immigrant. I wanted to be,
They're still
I wanted to be an American.
And then they cast you as immigrants.
They cast me as immigrants.
Well, I've been focusing on like the artistic aspect of it, the part that is like freeing and that you like are enjoying. But then there is now however many years I am into this, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I need to like focus on the
I need to
business.
survive.
Yeah.
It's definitely the business side is,
Hence the podcast.
But look, we didn't have. But look, we didn't have this business side. You know, when we first started, like in 2010
it's
to
completely
2015,
different.
we didn't have access to kind of like the Instagram long video formats, and we didn't have all these like different editing. Oh my God, what happened to my eye? All these different editing platforms and
You getting
TikTok
emotional about
videos.
TikTok right now?
Is there eyelash in my eye?
No, I think you just maybe got it. There might have been look that direction. Nah, you good.
Okay. My eyelashes are really long. So.
They're beautiful. You put the eyelash
No, I've done
stuff on it.
My
I've dated
wife,
people who did that.
My wife decided to like curl them just for shits and giggles one day and put on some mascara, and they were just hitting my eyebrows and tickling me all day. So
I dated someone who used to put eyelash stuff on her eyes, and then at night.
mascara?
No, it's like a growth. It's a serum that makes your eyelashes go crazy.
Yes.
And I took it off. And I was like, rub it. In the middle of the night, I was just like,
That's so funny. Every time you go to Mexico, you're spending $300 on a vial of this like.
I've never seen you grow it out.
I'm trying.
Yeah. How long have you been trying?
Like my whole life.
32
I
years.
think it's like 2 weeks.
That's 2 weeks.
I think it's like 2
Anytime I
weeks.
get an audition, it's always for like a goofy guy or whatever. So it's never a man.
I wish I could grow a beard like that.
You do younger.
Great. It's
I can't tell if mine's curly or not because it won't grow.
It won't get past this point.
yours are just
No, it totally
nubs.
does. I just have to shave for auditions all the time. Every twice a year when I have an audition, I just shave.
My age range has been 17 to 30 for the last
Everyone
15
thinks,
years.
Yeah.
I just assume people assumed you were so young because you're just so immature.
oh, that too. Yeah.
No, you got a baby
Voice.
face.
Yeah.
And a baby voice.
Baby and a baby, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, mostly that.
I mean, it's smooth.
If you water, it'll grow. And warm water.
So this is our first podcast. You're our first guest of the podcast. We didn't know what to say, so we had Chat GDP. Is that what it's Chat? GPT. You have to subscribe to them. I use other AI sources. So I went on tons of AI websites and asked a bunch of like podcast questions. Asked it to get podcast questions. So these are all the AI podcast questions for you. So let's see.
All right.
So I typed in, what are some podcast questions? And these are the questions. What equipment do I need to start a podcast?
I would say first you'd need a hammer.
Okay, I can find that. Okay,
I can
cool.
think of many uses.
Yeah.
To smash the
Yeah.
cameras after we
How are you
roll
gonna
it,
set
yeah.
anything up?
You just gotta crush your dreams as soon as you have it
Got
about
it.
starting a podcast.
Yeah,
Just
we
get a
did that
hammer,
before we started the
Yeah,
podcast.
we started
There
with
you go.
low dreams. So what's some podcast questions? What inspired you to start this podcast?
I just want to give Monty the kind of success I have received.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He's a giver.
How do you handle negative criticism about your podcast?
I don't feel like there's no negativity. If you're getting negative reviews or critics or whatever, I feel like there's just views. So keep doing it.
Okay.
Positive or negative, please comment.
Who has been your favorite guest on our podcast so far?
I would say your dog.
He's been good.
Yeah.
He was in the camera test.
He's definitely.
He
pure.
did say the N-word though.
He's like,
we'll
Niko!
cut that out.
So then I got more specific.
Okay.
I asked all the AI programs questions to ask Niko Pepaj.
Oh God.
And it knew who you were.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it did. This was the exact words it said. You've been in a variety of take two. You've been in a variety of projects, from TV shows to movies to the internet. What's your favorite type of platform to be on?
I like being in TV.
Can we redo that where he says podcast?
So not podcast.
We're
Yeah,
gonna take that
I'm
back.
sorry,
like 2
but
minutes.
the answer is podcast.
Yes.
I'm sure you can have
Yeah, it
AI.
provided the answers too.
I'm sure
It's
you
like,
can
and
have
give us
AI
the
have me
answers.
like saying all these different things throughout this interview.
Oh, that'd be interesting. We should do the questions and answers.
Of what?
We should have ChatGPT write us the questions and
I
answers.
wrote one answer.
of-
I'll get to that. So then I asked questions to ask Monty Gear, and it said, "You've worked on a variety of projects, from MTV's Awkward to other projects." And then it asked, "Are you still acting?"
Burn, baby.
And I said, "Questions to ask Sam Mamagani."
Oh my
And it
God.
said, "So questions to ask Sam Mamagani." And it said, "Who's that?" Sam, can you elaborate more on that?
I was just born in Albania, came to America, taught basketball and was on a SWAT team. And, got my DACA when I was filming Awkward.
Thank you, Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Obama.
And, now I run a podcast with Monty Gear.
And then I accidentally wrote, what's it like being on SWAT? I didn't know how to use this app yet. So I wrote, what's it like being on SWAT? And this is exactly what it said. This is verbatim. I'm sorry, but as an AI language model, I cannot be on SWAT as I do not have a physical form. However, SWAT is a TV show that portrays an elite unit of LAPD that tackles high-risk criminal activities. The show is intense, action-packed, and gives insight into the life of law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line to serve and protect their community. Did you know AI is a huge fan of your show, apparently?
Yeah, seriously.
I've never heard of
It has watched every episode.
It loves your show.
I've gotten more in depth with the earlier seasons of the show, and I gotta say, they do touch on some amazing topics. I mean, we're talking about from like school shootings to racial shootings to just
All types of shootings, basically. Usually
a
shootings.
lot of guns,
A
lot of guns, bullets.
It's like a
and
Wild
guns.
West show, yeah.
But that's the world we live in nowadays, and
Oh, your AI is calling right now.
Yeah.
It's cool. Nothing is important that I do. So
It's my
you can
wife.
pick up.
some of us are married and have things to do and people to please.
Okay. One of us is like that. I'd like to make that clear. I don't have anything going on. I just need to let my dog out an hour ago.
Have you ever thought about firing your publicist and hiring AI to, because that was a pretty elaborate pitch.
Man, I fired my publicist years ago.
Yeah.
Which is why he's on this podcast.
I used to be his publicist.
So any professional would have steered him away from
Yeah,
this.
you can't never tell people you got fired. You say you fired them first.
Yeah.
As soon as they say, hey, Niko, we need to have a talk, be like, I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah. I feel like we are just a Mac DVD going into a PC computer. They're just not compatible.
A Mac DVD? Wait.
Or a fucking CD. I don't know. Whatever. Just a Mac in a HP. HP into a Mac. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is it? What is it? HP? Is it
You mean PC?
PC?
HTPC? PC. I haven't had a computer since 2009.
We should have been interviewing AI the whole time.
We just put the PCP in the...
2CB, PCP. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have more of those?
No, that's all I looked up. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's the end of that segment.
So do you want to learn how I became so successful or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I surrounded myself with Monty gear.
Is my issue.
You don't hang out with
He
him
doesn't
long
even
enough.
know my name.
You're trying to leave walking your dog, man. I bring my dogs here.
Where's your dog?
In the car, like a safe, normal person.
Fucking turn the windows down a little bit, just enough oxygen. But no.
His wife's in the car too. She's calling. The windows are up. Help!
You took the keys.
He's like, this is not important. Anyway.
No, but your Tesla, you have an amazing feature. My wife just got the Tesla. What do we call it? I would totally endorse people getting a Tesla. You
Yeah.
can like change the degree in the car
Yeah,
and
so you
like
can
leave your
literally
dog
keep your
there.
dog in there.
Yeah, no,
and it
that's
says,
really
don't
nice.
worry, the dog's
Yeah.
safe.
It's
Yeah.
great.
So you recently got married though too?
Yeah.
Where was your wedding?
In Punta Cana, Dominican. I highly recommend going over there. It was lit.
It was fun.
We had a
Yeah,
great
it was a
time.
crazy party.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wedding
I'll
party.
never forget. It was so amazing. We were at the casino one night, and I think I went there with like $300, and I was down to like my $100, and Monty saw this, and I was just getting like torn apart.
In like seconds. It was very fast.
Yeah, it was really
It can
fast.
happen real quick, yeah.
And he just goes, and we have like the vibes are amazing at the table. There's so many people there, and I just see Monty like maybe like 7 minutes later, and 7 minutes is a very impressive time because the hotel was like maybe
It's
like
so far. I'm
like 2 miles
sprinting from
away.
the casino to my like hotel room, which is like half a mile away, and
This
running
guy,
back.
I turn around, I see him, and he's just drenched in sweat, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? And he just drops like $150 of chips on the table, and I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, it's for you, man. And I was like, why? He was like, just cuz. And I was like, Monty, I fucking love you
And then
so
you made a
much.
ton of money,
and I
right?
turned that into $600,
Yo,
bro. Like,
lucky money.
it was the
Lucky
best
money.
feeling, and I wanted to give him his $150 back, and he said, no, it's yours. I just wanted to give it to you. So Monty has one of the biggest, purest souls in the world, and I feel like that's why we gravitated towards each other, and we met each other.
Yeah. One time me and Monty were at a Chipotle and I didn't have my wallet and he covered me. And I remember when I got home, he sent the sweetest note on the Venmo request. It was really heartful. It was a very nice. You really have a way with words.
He didn't round up.
He had it down to the
He
cent.
didn't-
No,
he
it was
doesn't round
accurate
up.
to the cent. He's like, this is in 1162.
It's 60
Yeah.
He doesn't round up. He doesn't,
Yeah.
you know, he
He
doesn't-
charged me the interest from the time that he didn't have that money in his account.
But yeah, it's yeah, we love each other.
Yeah.
We accept each other.
Yeah.
Let's give us a kiss.
He takes
Let's
care of
give
my
it a kiss,
dog
yeah.
half of the week.
That is,
yeah,
dude,
we're
that
not-
is
I'm
real
at work and
friendship right
stuff,
there.
yeah.
Low key,
Yeah, that is-
I'm
that's
only his
smart
friend because
breed.
I'm trying to find a way to steal his damn dog. He's got a microchip. I got to take him to Albania this summer. We got tickets for July.
They could for sure unmicrochip him in Albania.
100%.
They could
yeah,
for sure.
Can
I like how Cedars disappeared, but he doesn't resist at all. He's just like so friendly. Just lay it.
Bati got a good dog.
That was funny because my dog isn't good. My dog is kind of has like behavioral
You can't
issues.
microchip. You can't take that out.
No,
He'll fight you.
no. Yeah, my dog will battle you even if you're like, I'm trying to feed you. Like, what do you
hilarious.
want? But they live together because we were living together for a little while, and that was kind of an interesting little
They got
relationship
it,
too. Because
yeah.
they were like little brothers.
They're just fighting.
Like
all
yeah,
the time.
Did
and
you
Cedar was like, "I'm gonna give you attention," and Kubi's like, "I do not want
don't want
attention."
attention.
And Cedar was just all
It's
over him all the
because
time.
you raised your dog like a foreigner, probably.
No, he had
Foreign
all
dogs
of
are
those
different.
issues.
Foreign people have like vicious
Yeah.
dogs that think they're human. They don't like to be fucking talked to like a baby.
No,
or like
no.
they just
His dog.
Dude, I'm from
bit-
Littleton, Colorado, bro. This is
Okay.
I was born here. That's
right.
dude. This
my
side was
my wife in Glendale. If anybody, even Glendale, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you talk about third generation. They still don't speak English over there, so
yeah.
it's still
You
foreign.
don't have to. There's so many.
Just the community is built. It's just like I
Yeah.
wish I had that out here. I wish I could speak
Yeah.
Albanian.
His
but that's
dog-
only in Michigan. so
His
I don't-
dog
Yeah.
bit every single person I brought over to the house. It bit Ahmed Al-Qadri. It bit my writing partner, Imte.
Not hard,
It
not
almost
hard.
attacked Brandon.
Not hard, not hard,
Well,
not
how
hard.
vicious was the bite? Like,
He's bleeding.
When
Yeah.
I got, I mean, I didn't.
Did you
Dude, it was
rescue
during
him? Did
COVID.
you
Yeah, it was
rescue-
during
Oh,
COVID,
okay,
and
you're
he was
so
7
sweet.
months old. He'd already had
Okay.
like the damage was already done by the time I had
Okay,
gotten him.
yeah.
And he's way friendlier now than he used to be. He barely bites anymore. He's a good boy almost some of the time. He's, you know,
almost every
yeah.
time.
yeah.
You'd be sitting on the couch too, because they like fought all the time, like dogs like play wrestled
Yeah.
and stuff. And
And
you'd be
just
watching
mouth at each
TV,
other.
and all of a sudden it's like, "Arr!" And you're just, it's just from both sides. They're just screaming at each other. Like, what the? Yeah.
Or they'd just be sitting in the car like, ow, ow, just like, yeah. Kind of like the
One-
noises he was making.
My little dog is the alpha one in the house. Poor Gucci.
Yeah.
Little Teddy, man. He's just.
What kind of dog?
I don't know what he is. He's like a little Yorkie Havanese
Super
mix or
tiny,
something. He's
yeah.
tiny. He's so freaking cute.
Fluffy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just adorable,
I
but
should've
like
gone with the little dog.
He just thinks he's just this dog, man.
Yeah.
Like we should see what he does to Cedar. It's hilarious. He tries to attack him. He can't even bite her on his leg. Cedar just looks
Mouth's
at him
too
and like
small.
kind of kicks him. You know, like.
They gotta have an
Cows
attitude.
think
Those
he's-
little ones, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man, like
true.
they're loyal too, bro.
Yeah.
Like the
yeah.
loyalty that he brings is crazy. I feel like he's a little Albanian.
Yeah. Kubi's super loyal too, but I'm like, chill, bro. You know?
Yeah,
what
no,
I mean?
yeah, no, he's.
I'll kill him. Anyone comes over,
Teddy,
he's like,
you bite this guy? Teddy wants to
just in case.
Does your dog have anything against like specific breeds?
He doesn't like unneutered dogs.
Okay, my dog is
Yeah.
racist against corgis. I don't know any corgi.
Are the corgis long ones?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
There is something about a corgi every day. It's like his
I mean, they look
arch
so
nemesis.
weird. Yeah. If I saw a human that was super long, I'd be like,
Like
kill
a
him!
limousine
Kill
dog.
him!
Like, yeah, no,
Like
Teddy,
a
look,
like,
bro.
yeah, oh yeah, that's true.
A very long. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. Like,
I
what
think
is
he's
it?
scared. He's like, you look like
He
me, but you don't.
One day, there was this guy walking a corgi, and Teddy like ran full speed. My dog is 8 pounds, okay, and you know he's off leash because obviously I'm in LA. I'm an LA, I'm an LA guy now.
Yeah, no
So my
judgment.
dogs are off leash, just randomly running full speed towards other people's dog. And this guy like puts out his foot and like almost kicks my dog, and I'm like, hey man, please don't kick my dog. And he's like, he's just running towards my corgi, and I'm like, dude, like he's fucking like what's he gonna do?
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has 22 teeth missing. I pulled all of his teeth.
There's
Like,
22 teeth
he has
missing?
22.
Wow.
Apparently they have 30, so he has 8 left.
Were you just talking about getting his teeth cleaned too?
That's the other dog.
It's like, how much to clean this guy's tooth?
That's the dog that cost me $15,000 for spinal surgery during COVID.
Dude, dogs.
During the time where I also lost $280,000, which happened to be 6 months before my wedding.
How'd you lose that much money? All on red, baby.
Crypto.
Crypto?
Yeah, but I made a lot.
secure.
I mean, I turned $6,200 and $280,000, so I'm not too mad at it. You know.
Yeah.
So, I've learned my mistakes. Not gonna repeat them. At least I had money to fix my dog's spine and not pay
What
for
was
my
this-
wedding. I had to come up with that money before.
What was the spine surgery?
He jumped off the bed. It was a C4, C5. Apparently, a piece of his bone got chipped and was compressing on his spinal
Whoa.
cord, which made him paralyzed from his front
Whoa.
front legs. And this is
Those
the
are the
dog that-
main legs they need.
Yeah, like how are you? Like I was
You
like,
can
if
crawl
those
this
back
way.
legs-
Two of the most important
yeah,
legs.
like, if it's the back legs, like, at least you can get the wheelchair.
Otherwise,
whatever.
you're just sliding on the
But yeah, no, that was devastating. I got this dog when
Wow.
I was homeless. I was living in my car. My parents were deported. We shared the same birthday. He was born on April 6th. So it's
Damn,
like
so
this.
intense.
And when I just saw him just like so helpless, I didn't know what to do. I just sent him to the vet, and they're like, "You need to pay you got to give us $30,000 and to pay for all these different scenarios, and we'll give you back the money." And I was just like, "You guys just expect people to have like fucking $30,000 laying around?"
Yeah.
And I said, and they literally were like, "Sir, we don't condone this language. We'll give your dog." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! My dog is paralyzed. Like, you're not gonna like just have some empathy, compassion. Like, I'm stressed, you know." But they get you, and I feel like it's like the big. I feel like I should have been a veterinarian. I don't know why I became an actor. Vets make so much money. Women love dog lovers and animal lovers, and you know, I feel like they're just like.
Yeah, successful actors who are in shape and handsome never
I
get
hate
girls.
them. Yeah.
That's
they
the
hate
yeah.
them. Yeah.
I mean, I've been in a relationship for 13 years,
Yeah.
so I haven't got to reap
How'd you
any
guys
of those
meet?
benefits.
How'd you and your wife meet?
My sister saw her at was it the owner of Paradigm? The owner of
agency.
Paradigm, the
Yeah.
agency.
Sounds like another cryptocurrency. Have you guys got in? I got 6,200 in it.
It's good going to the moon.
I just took 6,200 into 280,000 into $0 in less than a month.
Sick, bro, sick. But no, my sister met her at the party with her friend Leanna that you saw at the comedy show. They come in duos, and she was just like, "You're gonna marry my brother," like, and she was like, "What?" And she showed her a music video I did with Selena Gomez, A Year Without Rain, and she was like, "Oh, he's cute." And I never hit up people on Facebook. It literally was the last time I've ever used Facebook. Because you go to my inbox and it's just like, "Hi, you're cute. We should hang out sometime." And ever since then, we've been together.
That was your line? You're
Yeah.
cute, we should hang out sometime?
Yeah, straight up. I was very honest. I was very brutally honest. I was a little playboy.
You're
at that time.
Albanian.
I mean, at that time, remember, I
honest.
was an illegal immigrant, so I was living my life like, you know, to the fullest. Like I was just, you know, flirt. I was doing crazy, crazy.
How many kids
Nowadays,
do you want to have?
Man, I want to have as many kids as God allows me to have.
Well, that could be a lot. So how
Yeah.
many do
But-
you want to have?
No, I mean, you know, it's also, you know, my wife. I don't have the, you know, not. Good thing I didn't say that. I was gonna say I don't have the luxury of marrying somebody younger, but like, you know, there's a different biological clock for women.
I like how you edited, caught yourself, and you're like, "Woo, that was a close one."
Almost insulted my
I
wife.
almost said
anyway.
what I'm about to say.
Whatever. But you know, like it's, you know, I'm happy with whatever I can get. I'm also like not closed off to adoption. I would love to adopt a kid.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and from like a different race, completely different race from outside of, you know, this country.
I don't want a kid, so if I ever have one, I'll take her from whoever I'm dating and give them to you.
You're just
I'm like, oh, we lost Charlie. Oh no. Oh, I guess we don't have a kid anymore. Oh, but Niko has one.
the same thing you do with your dog. Any responsibility, Monty throws it over to me. But
Are y'all gonna be starting soon?
I mean, we want to get more little bit. I mean, this is so cliche
He
nowadays.
just lost
like-
$280,000.
Yeah, like, look, I want to give my kid definitely a life, you know, that didn't involve like hustling and struggling and like just to see what my
Yeah.
parents had to go through with me, like.
Yeah.
And I feel like
But sometimes I feel like you become a more ambitious human being. If it's too cushy, then you need some gravity to get strong.
I'm like
Yeah,
that.
you need
I'm
some
the type
gravity.
of person that I feel like I can have, or I don't want to say it like this, word it like this, but like I can be in a very bad position and have a child and like that'll like light a fire up under my ass and just like, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Have
Yeah,
me
for
actually
sure.
like grow. I feel like that would actually help me grow. I mean, as soon as I came back from my wedding, like blessings come, right? Like when I got married, my first audition back, I booked S.W.A.T. So I feel
Who
like
coached you on SWAT again?
this guy,
Oh, I did. That's right. I forgot.
Coach Monty. But you know, it's you know, I feel like, you know, babies will add a different blessing. You know what I mean? And it's just like these different beautiful things that come along with that, you know. So I just don't want to be worried about money. You know what I mean? I want to be able to like just travel the world right now. I want to be able to be like financially free. If my wife makes more money than me, like so be it. I want my wife to make more money. You know, like there's a lot of relationships, and she tells me all the time because she's a family marriage therapist. Well, that's what she went to school for, but she's now
doing business stuff.
She's doing business stuff now, but so you know she's low-key my therapist for free because we keep losing our insurance from SAG.
I don't have SAG insurance right now either. Yeah.
No,
I lost SAG insurance in the middle of the pandemic while I was on Skip the Dishes making a ton of fucking money.
I never had it.
RJ from Breaking Bad did, dude. He hasn't had insurance in a year either. It's crazy.
Yeah, I pay RJ. I do RJ's medical visits. He comes over and I wrap his leg. He's like, my arm hurts. I'm like, well, we're gonna wrap your leg. I don't know how to wrap an arm.
My back needs to crack. Come here, let me crack it.
You guys make me feel better about having like a different day job that's like not a that's like a good job.
No, stability is everything. Stability is everything.
Hearing that, like, because I'm exhausted. Like, if I like work all day and then like I go do stand up at night, I'm exhausted. But then I'm also not worrying about that kind of stuff too.
I'm constantly worried about money.
And that is also I think that's
so
just as stressful.
Yes.
That's also just as stressful as working all day and going and doing
It's super exhausting.
Yeah.
It's super exhausting. But you know, I'm all for feeding like. To me, it's you know, especially marriage is a partnership, right? It's like it's us against the problem, not us against each other. If you're on a route to making more money, I'm gonna do whatever I can to kind of like fuel that. We don't look at it in any way, shape, or form like, oh, you know, you're not doing less or you're less of a man or anything like that.
It's
like
our
we're
life.
not doing that because in the beginning, you know, when I'm, you know, thriving and I'm giving back, you know what I mean, and just supporting you to get to where you are. It's just that's what we need to do is just support one another. So.
She's supporting me too, his wife.
She's supporting everybody. I mean, she's the one that when we watch Cedar. When I say I watch Cedar, my wife watches Cedar. So she feeds him. She wants to wash him in our tub, and I'm like, no. But you know, it's.
My parents
it's
gave him a bath yesterday. Cedar only gets a bath when someone else comes to my life. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's what we need people for. You know, can't do it alone. But.
Hey, are you free tomorrow to help me with the? My dog bites.
You'll get bit.
That's the thing. I can't just have anyone. I have
you
like
live
dog
in Santa
walker.
Monica.
Yeah. I have like
the
one
shitty
dog.
part,
Yeah. I've got one dog walker that I know that I can trust because
Yeah.
Kubi knows her, so that I know he won't
yeah,
he won't
yeah,
flip.
yeah.
I can't
And then
just hire.
Yeah.
And when I do, I'll pay a rover person to come over just to meet him, and then like get used to him at the house, and then be like, okay, that's just one of your walks. And then the next time you come,
Gotcha.
I won't be here, and he'll know who you are.
And the third time you come, you get bit in the face.
By the fifth time, you won't get bit anymore. Okay. He'll just bark and try to bite you, but you'll be too quick because you're
Yeah, you'll know.
you'll know how to dodge and dive.
That's hilarious. Well, animals are the best.
I feel super safe in my house, though.
That's
I'm like, bro, no one is getting in
I feel
here,
safe in my house because I have
including
guns.
people I want to have here.
It's the AR-15.
My dogs.
That's what.
My biggest fear is a robber coming into the house and my dog's running to them and them going boop, just kicking my dogs.
punch
Like,
them.
I'll fucking
Yeah.
have a heart attack. So
I was in Canada shooting a movie during COVID, so I couldn't leave because we were in lockdown or whatever. So I had my dog at the time, so I couldn't leave the apartment. And we had a assistant who would come to the like condo they had us in or whatever and walk the dog 3 times a day. So immediately at a young age, my dog got very used to someone just opening the door and him running up and then just leaving. And one time it was like 4 a.m. and I guess I forgot to lock the door or something because we were in this in this condo and we were sleeping. And then someone drunk thinks it's their room, but it's we're the room right next to us, and they come in drunk and open the door, and Cedar just walks on out.
like clockwork.
He's like, it's kind of early for a walk. Let's go.
That's so funny. Did you find how long was he gone for? Did you?
Seconds, because as soon as the door opened, I came out. I was like, "Who are you?" He's like,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry, I thought I left."
I'm a heavy sleeper, man. I'm a heavy
Cedar
sleeper.
came back, the guy
Yeah.
just walked out.
And you see Cedar with me. You see him on OfferUp. Hey, I got a dog for $2,000.
How much do you think you can get for Cedar?
Well, I paid. If I market, if I market him right, I can probably get. I mean, he has great hips. But he's not a female, but I can sell him as a female with the great hips and just scam him.
I mean, he'd be a good
Just
breeding
say-
dog if his balls weren't cut off. That was my one regret. Is I'd be so
Well, he has
much.
amazing
I would have
hips.
so much more money if I could breed this dog.
Fun fact.
How much would you pay for this little dog right here?
For this dog's sperm.
You can get him.
And how much could I pay you to take my dog?
You can get him free.
Speaking of dog and sperm, so Sam and I lived together for like a couple months.
Where are you getting it with this?
You'll go.
Dog
You'll
and
see.
sperm?
You'll
see.
see. And the second
see.
week we were living together, this dog loves to dig into trash and eat anything out of the trash. And the second week we were living together, he dug into Sam's trash can and ate Sam's used condom and just swallowed it right away.
Who throws condoms in the trash?
You
don't flush them down the fucking toilet? Like you wrap it with a little,
You're literally not supposed to do that.
It's bad for the plumbing, so if you
Yeah.
clog it.
Also, I don't know how to break this to you.
Are you a renter?
I don't wear condoms.
They were yours.
I know.
I was like, did he eat my condom? And so the dog
I
ate
got a
the
vasectomy.
The dog ate the
Yeah,
condoms, and I called the vet, and they're like, "Oh, it's totally fine. It's very liquid. You just gotta like get it when it's done." So we're watching his poop for like days. Look, you don't love your dog until you've had to pull your roommate's used condom out of your dog's butthole, and then throw it away.
That is
And then 2 weeks
disgusting.
later,
Knowing Monty, he didn't use gloves.
no, I didn't.
He's like, I'll just wash my hands after. That's
And
the
then-
worst part.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
2 weeks later, Cedar ate another one of Sam's condoms. So he did it twice.
I remember walking
Was
in
it a
and you're like,
different
"Would you do
woman
me a
or the
favor?"
same
Same-
woman?
he had a
It was-
girlfriend at the
Okay, I was
time.
about to say because it was the
Yeah,
same. He's like, oh yeah,
yeah.
Shelby's here again.
Ooh, Vanessa, let me try this one.
Cedar starts salivating.
I wonder if you put it in her butt again.
Cedar starts salivating every time he gets an erection, and he's like, "All right, I know what's
every time she comes over, he
I know
just-
what's coming."
His
Yeah.
little pink things out.
So-
I did get a trash can with a lid.
Then we just started lifting the lid on top of the sink. And we had the trash can on the sink for like months.
Yeah. I mean, he
So-
really likes it.
Yeah, he loves condoms. So Sam's the only man whose cum has been inside of my dog. Twice.
Well,
Until now.
no cum has been in any of my dog's mouth. I don't know.
And I'm unaware
Gucci's
of the
licked
cum
my balls.
situation in my dog's mouth.
Gucci's licked my balls one time, I think, during sex.
During sex?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Having
during sex. Like I
lick
just,
your balls.
Yeah, I just wanted.
Who likes to be?
Cedar's dead.
Do you guys usually get pushback if your dog is in the room and you guys start having sex?
From the
I get a
girl?
lot of pushback sometimes.
From
yeah.
the dog or the girl?
From
the
Kubi.
girl.
Kubi's like, whoa. No, from the girl.
Oh, no, Cedar
No, from
loves
the girl.
Oh, okay.
You're-
It
you're
depends
out.
on the girl.
It was like he's watching. I'm like, yeah, but he's in his kennel. Like,
Yeah.
we just watched him lick his own asshole. It's
Your
not like
dog's
he's,
in a kennel?
huh? The
During
door's
sex,
open.
you put him in the kennel?
Okay. So he chooses to be inside.
Well, we won't let him on the fucking bed. That's a.
I hate people like
Well, he
you.
says
Why
down
he
and
likes
go.
the bed
You gotta let him on the bed, man.
during sex.
Oh, well, I mean,
Bro,
you know.
he will stick his nose right.
Okay,
up your butthole.
okay,
Bro,
no.
he has no shame.
Okay,
dude.
no, I just meant
He'll
like okay.
dig around.
No,
Like,
okay.
it's,
My dogs, when they know what's up, when they
Yeah.
like, feel the vibe, they just have this like shameful look on their face, like
Yeah.
they know mommy's about to get
Kubi
pounded.
whimpers.
They don't like it? They don't like it?
They don't like it. They,
No,
they
Kubi
get
doesn't
scared.
get, well, no, I think Kubi doesn't like it because he doesn't get attention.
Yeah, I think that's
so
what.
he'll sit up in the corner like,
Oh, yeah.
and just like throw a fit. Yeah.
Cedar climbs on us like he's like, oh, we're all cuddling? Oh, we're all. So, like, if some girl's on top, Cedar would just come up and be like,
Yeah,
oh, this
no.
is sick.
No,
Let me get on top.
When I do cuddle with my wife, though, it's hilarious. He'll literally just go in between us. He doesn't realize he's 80 fucking pounds or whatever he is.
No.
So he
60,
just
he's
like
60, yeah.
with us just
Uh-huh.
on us, we're like,
Yeah.
shit, we can't breathe. But dogs are the best. The sex is the best.
Yeah, Kubi
Sex
said-
and dogs.
Kubi will turn it into a threesome for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, okay, yeah. So that's
Yeah,
that's
he
different.
sticks his nose. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Or
yeah,
he
no.
says,
But
wait,
if
no,
a
I'm
girl,
just
but
saying,
if
like,
a girl is against
the
like,
girl's like, is he just gonna watch or something like that?
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Well, I can take him out if you want to.
yeah,
but-
no, I think my dogs are no. Like I remember I broke up with a girl because she pushed my dog off the couch because he had a cone on his head from getting neutered or whatever, and she was just like always iffy about dogs, and I was just like,
She pushed a cone dog?
pushed the dog, and he just started like doing that little like.
Oh,
You know
my
what I mean?
God.
I'd be like, girl,
Bro,
I'm only gonna sleep with you from now
I
on.
would-
There's
I-
there's no more emotional attachment.
A lot of
My
times,
friends are friends.
I leave the room, like if we start like starting the living room and then go into the bedroom, I'll just leave Cedar here. And Cedar doesn't take my food unless I'm having sex. If I leave a food to play out,
Oh,
he
he
won't
knows.
touch
So
it.
he knows.
Yeah.
If I go in the other room, he won't touch it. If I shower, he won't touch it. But as soon as I start having sex, he just eats napkins.
He
He's
knows
like,
it's my time.
He's just eating ketchup packets.
Yeah, well,
It's weird.
He doesn't eat it.
Yeah, they don't understand the rules the way that we think that they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Kubi's like, oh, I'm not allowed on your bed when you're in the room. But when you're not in the
Yeah.
room, I'm allowed.
Uh-huh.
You know, like they don't think, like they're not.
I just
like,
try
oh,
to
it's like
do
an
the
off.
reverse psychology to dogs. So it's like,
Like,
if my
watch
dog,
it.
if my dog's always trying to like intervene during sex. I'm gonna take him to the dog park. I'm gonna wait till he finds a little girlfriend, and as soon as he tries to get it on, I'm gonna be over there sniffing on him.
Yeah.
This is what you do to me.
Your dog would be into it. He'd be like, yeah, get her ass.
Yeah,
Get up in that ass, bro.
Put a finger in the, let me smell it, Dad. But yeah, no, we're gonna get
now let me-
canceled. This is the first and last episode, by the way. I don't know if you guys realize.
Secretly canceled.
Secretly canceled. This is gonna be on the dark web. AI is gonna be able to let you know.
You can't search it yet.
So,
AI, can I watch Secretly Trash?
how do I watch Secretly Trash?
Yeah.
In the
Secretly
secret,
podcast.
Yeah, the secret web. But this is great.
Thanks, man. Thanks for
Thanks for being on
doing
this with
the
us.
thing,
Yeah.
dude.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah.
No, nothing's going on.
What kind of plug?
Like, do you want to
Shows?
tell them about how your TV show's on Netflix right now?
Yes, SWAT is #1 on Netflix. It dropped down to #3 and it back up to #1. Keep watching SWAT.
Just like it's crypto.
Hopefully, it all works out this year, and I will be able to join the cast.
When do
more
your
on a permanent
seasons
basis.
air on Netflix?
This fall, season 6 is gonna be on Netflix.
They don't have a date, just fall?
The fall schedule. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe October or something like that. Because in October we're scheduled to premiere season 7.
Okay.
Which I don't know how everything's gonna
writer's
work out with the
strike,
writer's
yeah.
strike. And I mean, shame on any actor that's willing to license their image while they're alive or post-death.
Because
Shame
what
on
he's
you
saying,
guys.
it's if a lot of the stars can only do like 3 movies a year, but with AI,
No.
stars can do 20 movies a year, and actors like us can't even get to those.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
no.
going after the big boys right
No,
now.
after, if you made a career off of this and like off of like using your talent, and we're actors, like we have different lives, and this is how we get to kind of like release our emotions, and for someone to make a career out of this, and for someone to make a lot of money out of this, and to have so much fame out of this thing, for you to be able to like license your image after death, like you don't have enough movies that your kids or grandkids can watch. Just shame on anybody that's willing to do that. You're shitting on the art, you're shitting on the craft, you're shitting on
everyone coming
artists,
up. Yeah.
on anybody, artists, really, like being able to connect to any sense of material, and just to release that. I feel like, we're in a place, in a time of age of like mental health and, all these different things, and, with COVID and so much time in our hands, and now we're just like, we're going towards the, business, faster, just like less employees, more, like fast, like it's just, humans are not going to be used for anything that we're going to be used for. Like just last year, I just thought that programmers were going to have, it was going to be like the next huge career, right? Like just programming. Well, now if AI can just program for you, like it's just like, where do we stop? Like what's,
So on that note, I just asked AI chatting, how do I end a podcast? And here's what it says. Wrap up your final thoughts. Take a moment to summarize the main points of your episode and offer any thoughts or comments you may have.
I mean, that's
I don't know
actually
our
pretty
points
good.
we have.
That's
What are our
pretty
points? Don't let your dog swallow condoms and don't invest in crypto. Is that our points? And it says mention your next episode. Our next episode is Ahmed Al-Qadri, but it's not that good of an episode. Skip it. Skip it over. I'm just kidding. We haven't shot it yet. Sign off. Conclude your podcast with a signature farewell. Oh, we got to think of a signature farewell right here. This says, thanks for listening. Until next time.
I got it. I got it.
We should
No.
Start
I
a
got it.
signature farewell.
All right. Ta-da, mother.
This has been Secretly Trash Podcast. Ta-da, mother.
Oh, this is so dumb. I love
Thank
it.
you, Niko, for being on our show.
And bleep the so it makes it funnier.
Nah.
So I like it. I'm feeling format. So let's talk about serious and then boom on that was something funny. You know what I mean?